May 17th, 2026, Aronimink Golf Club, just outside Philadelphia. It wasn't supposed to be Scottie Scheffler's day off. It wasn't supposed to be the week Rory McIlroy lost a chance at a same-year Masters and Wanamaker double. And it certainly wasn't supposed to belong to a man ranked 44th in the world, best known to most casual fans for wearing gloves on both hands. But that's exactly what happened. Aaron Rai, 31 years old, from Wolverhampton, England, walked into Sunday 2 shots back of the lead. In a field that included Scheffler, McIlroy, Jon Rahm, Justin Thomas, and Xander Schauffele. He walked out with the Wanamaker Trophy, a maiden major title, and a piece of history that hadn't been touched in 107 years. This is the story of the PGA Championship that, in the words of the PGA Tour itself, shocked us all. Let's start with the records, because they're staggering. 1. Rai is the first Englishman to win the PGA Championship since Jim Barnes in 1919. That's a 107-year drought snapped. And here's the kicker. Barnes won the first 2 editions of the PGA in 1916 and 1919, but both were contested in match play. So in the stroke play era, Rai is effectively the first English winner ever. 2. Rai ended a decade of American dominance at this major. The last non-American to win the PGA Championship was Australia's Jason Day, all the way back at Whistling Straits in 2015. 10 straight years of American winners gone. 3. With McIlroy's Masters win in April and Rai's victory at Aronimink, European players have taken the season's first 2 majors. And according to the Elias Sports Bureau, that hasn't happened in the modern era, ever. Now, here's what makes all of that absurd. Nobody saw Rai coming. World ranked 44. 1 PGA Tour win in his career, the 2024 Wyndham Championship. Best major finish before this week? A tied 19th. That was it. 45 major rounds played, and the man had never sniffed a Sunday lead. Then he went out at Aronimink and shot the round of his life. Sunday morning, the leaderboard was chaos. Alex Smalley, a man still chasing his first PGA Tour win, led at 6 under. Within 2 shots of him sat Jon Rahm, Aaron Rai, and a small army of contenders. Behind them, Scheffler, McIlroy, Thomas, Schauffele, Cameron Smith. Take your pick. Rai started his round 2 off the lead. And honestly, it looked shaky early. 3 bogeys on the front 9. The kind of start that makes you assume the dream's already over. Then came the 9th hole, a par 5. A downhill, left to right 40-foot eagle putt. Pin in, Rai sent on its way. And that ball just kept tracking, and dropped right into the cup. That was the moment. From there, Rai went on a tear. Birdie at 11, birdie at 13. A tap-in birdie at the par 5/16 to move to 8 under and grab a lead he wouldn't give back. Then, the shot of the tournament. The par 3/17 water guarding the green. Rai found the putting surface, but he was 68 feet from the hole. A safe 2-putt par. That was the smart play. Instead, the ball took the slope, rolled, broke, and disappeared. Rai's reaction afterward. It was so long. I just tried to put good speed on it. It just tracked extremely well in the last half. Yeah, amazing to see that one go in. A 2-putt par at 18 closed out a final round 65. The lowest round of his entire major career in his 46th major round. Final score, 9 under. Margin of victory, 3 shots over Jon Rahm and Alex Smalley. By the numbers, Rai holed 182 feet of putts on Sunday. For context, that's the kind of Sunday putting performance you see maybe once a year in a major. For all the romance of Rai's win, the chase pack collapsing is part of this story too. Scottie Scheffler, the world number 1 and defending champion, co-led after 18 holes. But his putter went stone cold. According to PGA Tour reporting, Scheffler didn't make a single putt outside 10 feet on Friday or Saturday. That trend continued into Sunday. He finished 2 under. Afterward, Scheffler himself pinpointed his putting as the issue. Rory McIlroy had a chance at history. Only the 4th player ever to win the Masters and PGA Championship in the same calendar year. Instead, his Sunday was overshadowed by a confrontation with a heckling fan. And a final round that never quite caught fire. Jon Rahm put up a strong fight, even tying for the lead briefly with back-to-back early birdies. But Rahm couldn't keep pace, finishing tied 2nd at 6 under. His career Grand Slam pursuit will have to wait. And then there was Kurt Kitayama. He quietly shot a Sunday 63, tying the lowest final round score in major championship history. It vaulted him 57 spots up the leaderboard into a tied 7th. On any other day, that's the headline. Not today. Here's where this story gets different. Aaron Rai winning a major wasn't just a sporting result. It triggered something genuinely emotional across the golf world. Start with the players. Ian Poulter, Ryder Cup legend, on social media within minutes of the final putt. Class seeing Aaron Rai play so well and get this done today. Huge achievement, well done. Rahm, runner-up by 3 shots, in his post-round interview. I've only ever heard good or great things about Rai. Xander Schauffele, the 2024 PGA champion, was quoted praising Rai's work ethic specifically. The most pointed analysis came from Sky Sports analyst Wayne Riley, who broke down exactly why Rai's game suited Aronimink. Aaron turned up at this wonderful course, played to his strengths, and kept it on the straight and narrow. He ignored everyone else who was bombing it down there with driver. They did it with power and distance. He did it with accuracy. He putted brilliantly, and his iron play was superb. And then Riley added the line that stuck with a lot of viewers. Rai doesn't really have a heartbeat. He goes about his business, and he is an awesome player. He would be an awesome addition to the European Ryder Cup team. The American media reaction was just as telling. PGAtour.com led with a headline, "The PGA Championship that shocked us all." And Athlon Sports' Brendan Elliott wrote a piece that went viral within hours, arguing this victory felt bigger than golf. His take, paraphrased, Aaron Rai is one of the most genuinely well-liked people on the PGA Tour. That's why the reaction hit so hard. It wasn't just a major win. It was the right guy finally getting his moment. So who is this guy? The visual signature, of course, is the 2 gloves. Most tour pros wear 1. Rai wears 2. And the reason isn't quirk for quirk's sake. Growing up in England, he played golf in cold weather as a kid, and a second glove kept his hands warm. The habit stuck, trademark born. In his press conference, Rai also revealed his childhood idol. And it's a name every golf fan will recognize. I don't think we still have the tapes, but we used to watch them a hell of a lot. Probably 2, 3 times a week, if not more. That was Rai talking about Tiger Woods. A 4-time PGA champion in 1999, 2000, 2006, and 2007. Rai grew up studying Tiger on VHS. On May 17th, he followed Tiger's footsteps onto the Wanamaker leaderboard. Rai also openly admits he wasn't an overnight talent. He turned pro at 17 and missed his first 4 cuts. His own words, "I wasn't ready." And here's the line from his press conference that stood out to a lot of writers. Golf is an extremely humbling game. There's so much hard work and discipline that goes into acquiring the skills to become better. Nothing is ever given in this game at any point. When asked if he knew he'd just become the first Englishman to win since 1919, "I wasn't actually aware of it until yesterday. It was mentioned in this room yesterday. That was the first of my knowledge." The man broke a 107-year drought and didn't know about the drought until 24 hours before he broke it. The financial side of this win is its own headline. The 2026 PGA Championship purse was $20.5 million, a tournament record, up from $19 million in 2025, and the 3rd consecutive year the prize fund has grown. Rai's winner's share, $3.69 million. That's more than Scheffler took home as champion in 2025. And the trophy itself, the Wanamaker, is famously massive. Roughly 27 pounds of silver, the largest trophy in major golf. A picture of Rai, 1 glove still on, the Wanamaker resting against his shoulder, has already become the defining image of this championship. Here's why this one matters beyond the result. Going into Sunday, every smart bet, every model, every TV graphic told you it would be Scheffler, McIlroy, or Rahm. The favorites had the strokes gained data, the major experience, the betting markets. But the player who actually won, quietly, methodically, with 2 gloves and a 65, was the one almost nobody had on their card. In Rai's own words, it was a dream come true. The next major, the US Open in June, is going to be fascinating. Does Rai carry this momentum forward? Does McIlroy bounce back? Does Scheffler reset and remind everyone why he's still world number 1? And what about a European Ryder Cup team that might now have a very interesting new name penciled in? For one Sunday in Pennsylvania, the favorite didn't win. The grinder did. Thanks for watching.